This is Happy Bird from happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful little tag ornament out of Dollar Tree tags. So this was very simple to put together, and if you stay with me, I will show you exactly what I did. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is some white string tags, and they are the Jot brand. You can find them at the Dollar Tree. They're 32 a package. Okay, and I took the strings off these, and with each ornament you're going to need 4 tags. Okay, see they have the little scalloped edges right here. Okay, so you're going to take some Aleene's Turbo Tacky Glue. It's really important that you get the turbo kind because it has more resin in it than the regular tacky glue, so it makes it a little tougher. Oh my goodness. Pick up a tag here, and you're just gonna spread some on here and there. Okay. Now, I'm going to place another tag on top. Make sure it's nice and even, like so. Get those edges. Now you will find that it'll try to curl up a little bit when you first glue it together. Don't worry about that. Just lay this down on a flat surface and put something heavy on it, or if you don't have anything heavy, just get a stack of books and just set this right on top. The main thing is you want to make sure this dries flat and that it doesn't slide around like, you know, off the glue. Okay, so I can see this is nice and even, and I can already feel it grabbing, but we're going to keep that under something heavy just to make sure that it's nice and solid and even. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing with these two. So each ornament you're going to have 2 tags glued together. All right, 2 sets of 2. And so after this is totally dried and has cured, then I'll be back and we'll go to the next step. Okay, so now you can see these are nice and dry. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these little tags and turn it upside down. We're going to slide it all the way up to here, okay, where it's nice and even. So it should look like this. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be careful not to move this around. I'm going to take a mechanical pencil and I'm going to draw a little line here at the top. And you see where I drew a line right here, across here? Because I'm going to put glue on this right here, and I don't want to put that glue past that line. So I'm going to get some more Turbo Tacky Glue, and I'm going to put some on. I'm not going to go past that line up there though. I need some more glue. This is really starting to get empty. Alright, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue up there, but I'm not going to go past the line. Alright. Put that just like here. I'm just going to kind of wipe that like that. Alright, and if you get a little bit past the line. That's okay, just kind of wipe it off. I mean, this is going to be covered anyway. But you want to make sure that this is nice and dry. And of course, go ahead and lay this flat and put something heavy on top to allow it to dry, okay? Make sure it's even. I do this on all 4 scalloped edges right here. And I just kind of make sure it's even. And on the sides, okay? And then that's what you do. And when it's totally dry, I would suggest this part of it. I would honestly suggest allowing it to dry overnight if possible. Just, you know, get, if you're making a bunch of these, get all of these little white tags prepared and ready, and then the next day they'll be ready to go to decorate them. And one thing I love about these little ornaments is you can decorate them any way that you'd like. There's so many possibilities, and it's just kind of a cool little base to start with. So with that said, I'm going to make sure that I have something heavy on this, and I'm going to allow it to dry overnight, and we'll be back and we'll decorate this, okay? Okay, so this is completely dried, okay? And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to mix up some glitter in here that will go on this little base. And so I picked out all of the white iridescent glitters that I could find. And so I'm going to take some of this polyester glitter and put it in here like so. I got this whole bag for $5 because Michael's had a 50% off coupon a while back. And so I'm just going to fill that up about to there. And there's no magic mixture or anything like that. Just use all the iridescent glitters that you can find. This is a white iridescent glitter, and I'm almost to the end of this. I'm going to put that in, some of it anyway. And then I have this white iridescent glitter called Glitz. So I'm going to pour a little of that in. You want different textures, similar colors, different textures. And then I'm going to put some of this glass glitter, German glass glitter, in here. And I'll go ahead and leave the link to the gal who sells this. You can just go on my blog at happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com and click on the picture of this project, and when everything opens up, there'll be a link there. So I'm just going to get some of this glass glitter in here. And if you live out of the country, you can always order diamond dust from Amazon. Okay, now I'm just going to put just a touch of this pink jumbo glitter, just a touch. And since it's a pastel color, I think it'll work nicely with the rest of these glitters. I'm going to put the lid on. I bought these little containers at the Dollar Tree. I think there were 6 in a package. So I'm going to shake it up. Oh yeah, and the pink is just ever so slight. Oh, I love that. Okay. And I bought the pink jumbo glitter at, I believe, Walmart, but to tell you the truth, Creatology and Michael's, their little glitter section there, they have a lot of different jumbo glitters. I don't know about Hobby Lobby. I haven't really looked too much at the glitters in Hobby Lobby. Okay, I think this looks good. What do you think? Alright, so I'm going to take this lid off, and I use a paintbrush. I got this from the 99-cent store. Actually, it was a whole package of paintbrushes. And then I'm going to use this Deco Art Triple Thick. You can find this online on Amazon or Hobby Lobby. And I don't know about the other stores. And I want to thank Angie McHale for giving me this jar. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate it. I thought that was a very sweet thing to do. Okay. And then, so I'm going to put this on here with a brush. I'm going to be fairly generous when I do that. Make sure it's right there on the edge and everything, so right here. Make sure it's all covered, okay? Now at the end here, you see how we have this little ledge thing here? You're going to put the triple thick a little heavier down here in that area, so that will be covered up when we put the glitter on. Okay, and don't worry after you put the glitter on and you set this to dry, don't worry if you see this bending a little, because it'll be okay once it's dry and we can kind of coax it back straight. So I'll show you all that as we go along. Alright, so it looks like we have this on here pretty good. Make sure about those edges too. It's really important, okay? Alright, so I'm going to set this down here. I'm going to put the lid back on my triple thick, because that's one thing you don't want to do, is have this lid off for long periods of time while you're working. Always make sure to put that lid on. Alright, so I'm just going to shake this over here. And I guarantee you, as it dries, it'll start to lay flat, which will really, oh, excuse me, I lost my thought. I'm sitting here watching what I'm doing. It would be good if you could put this under a tabletop fan. I have a small tabletop fan, and that really, really has helped. And it does dry pretty quickly. Well, not like half an hour, an hour. When I say quickly, I mean if you have it under a tabletop fan, it could be dry in 8 hours. So, you know, you can do that. Alright, so I'm going to lift this up, the toothpick, and I'm going to take, you can take a popsicle stick or anything you want, but I'm just grabbing this mechanical pencil real quick, and I'm just tapping it down gently, very gently, because I don't want any of that glass glitter that I put in there to be sticking up, because we don't want that, because then it'll be rough. So we're just going to tap, 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 tap. Alright, so now I'm going to flip it over one time. I'm not going to shake it. I'm just going to flip it over once, and then you can take your toothpick and get all the little fuzzies off by doing this. And it's really amazing, because even though there's some shine to it now, once it totally dries, you really see the shine of the glitter. It's just amazing. Okay, now you want to clear out any little fuzzies in the holes, like that. Okay. Now I'm going to lay this, like I said, in front of my tabletop fan, and it may bend slightly here, you know, but don't worry about that. It's like I said, we'll fix it as we go along, all right? So I'll put this, well, I better put the glitter back first, and then I'll set this under the tabletop fan, and we'll be back. Okay, so as you can see, this is completely dried. Now originally I said to put this under your tabletop fan for about 8 hours, but I put mine for 12 because you want it nice and hard. You want it dried before you do the back side, okay? So that's what I'm going to do next. And as you can see, the little pink jumbo glitter that I put in there really made a huge difference. So I would highly encourage you to pick up some type of jumbo glitter. They have it in different shapes too, such as stars and you know, just various shapes, but I did get the little I think they're little hexagon shapes. And they also have the jumbo glitter in the white crystal at Walmart, and you know, so you might want to check that out. But I think it turned out pretty. So now I'm going to do the back side the exact same way I did the front, and I'm going to allow that to dry for 12 hours under my fan, and then we'll come back and put the finishing touches on everything. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that it has been a few hours in under the tabletop fan, and as you can see, it's slightly curved. Now, a lot of that will be fixed on its own before it's completely dried, but you can go in where it's dry enough to touch and gently coax it like this, just in the middle part. Don't mess with the ends. Just like this. And you can see that it's already straightened out a lot. Okay? So we're just going to let this continue to dry because we want it rock hard. Okay? And then I'll be back. Okay, so as you can see, I think it turned out really lovely. Both sides. And it's rock hard. It's no longer pliable in the middle. I did leave this for a full 24 hours because we had some rain with a little bit of humidity to it, so I figured it needed longer. It shouldn't be pliable at all in the middle. And one thing about the triple thick is a lot of times you think, oh, it's dried and it's rock hard, and if you leave it for a day or two longer, you realize that it's hardened up even more. So it's good to have a lot of patience and give it that drying time because it'll be well worth it. All right, so the first thing I did was I cut 16 inches of 1/4 inch wide organza ribbon, okay? And I just made a little makeshift needle here out of a Christmas ornament hook. I just straightened it out and then squished it at the end to pull the ribbon through this little hole, like that. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to take these two ends and put them through here. They're wiggly on me. Okay, so we have this, and I always like to cut my ribbon a little bit longer. That's why I use the 16-inch length, because I'd rather have too much than not enough. Now you can truly decorate this any way you want, but I thought it would be nice to use this little rhinestone button that I found online, and glue it in the middle. It kind of looks like a snowflake to me. Okay, so as you can see, I glued on the little snowflake, rhinestone snowflake with E6000, and then I glued a little plastic snowflake up at the top just now with Fabri-Tac. Now I'm going to put another snowflake down here. I think it would look really pretty, and I love these little snowflakes. I think they're just really pretty. So I'm going to cut the shank off the back, and these are just soft acrylic, so these will come right off. And let me see if I can cut a little more off using these. Yep, that's good, just like that. All right, and then I'm going to put some Fabri-Tac on here. All right, got it. There we go. Place it about here, and I'll wait for that to dry, and when everything is dried we'll come back and put the sweet little bells on. Okay, so we'll be back. I purchased these little craft bells at Hobby Lobby. They're like little bell charms, and they were only 99 cents a piece, so I picked up a bag of gold and a bag of the silver, and as you can see I've already used some of the gold. I did find these hanging up where the sequins are hanging up. It seems to be, all the bells and stuff seem to be in that area. So what I did is I put a little 6mm jump ring on each one of the bells. Okay, and I have 3 bells here. And then I took a 9mm jump ring, and I'm going to slide the bells onto this jump ring here. So I have 3 of them, and place this right here, and then I'm going to close it. Just like that. And so we have a very sweet little ornament, little shabby ornament. So that's all there is to that. So I hope you really enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and take care, and God bless, and I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.